as the saying goes, if you've got something to say, say it to my face.
Hey you guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So, as y'all see from the title, I have my thoughts about Kamala Harris becoming the new president, okay? Because there has been a lot of riffraff about Kamala Harris being our president. Everyone's underestimating her, and to be honest, I didn't think that they would switch her like this. I did not think this, because has this ever happened before? I don't even think this has ever happened before in the history of presidencies, where they just randomly switch their candidate within in the few months that we have until the election coming up. And I have a lot of thoughts about this that I feel like a lot of people would not agree with. That I feel like a lot of people will probably give me the look like what? Because y'all already know I play devil's advocate, and I don't believe that everything will go in our favor. Because you already know, I'm a Republican. I'm mostly right-leaning. I agree with most things that is, Republican. I do. But I have an independent brain, too. I think on my own, and I have a lot of thoughts. And, a lot of people out here are very, let's just say, naive. They underestimate the left. I mean, if y'all have seen how the left has manipulated the last election and have basically cheated so many times, I don't understand how y'all think we got this in the bag. It's didn't Trump literally almost get a pow? I'm pretty sure that there's a lot of shit that's happening right now that I don't think we have this entirely in the bag. And also we have to talk about Donald Trump and where he's at right now, because he doesn't seem like that he's at a place where he is being a leader, I don't see it. And everything has changed in such short periods of time. And I think that we need to talk about it. Now, to be honest, I was going to have someone come on here with me and talk about our thoughts about Kamala Harris, the attempted pow of Trump, and, our stances on how we perceive Trump right now in this current moment. But the person that I wanted to come on here, they did not want to do it today. They wanted to reschedule, but, it is what it is. I'm going to come on here and give you my thoughts. Maybe later on, I'll have that person on here and ask them questions about their thoughts about it, because they have a lot of good, intelligent questions and a lot of intelligent, takes about what's happening right now in this current moment, since Kamala Harris has become, the new nominee to be for the left, and everything right now just doesn't seem that good. So, anyways, we're gonna get into it right now. Alright, so my thoughts about Kamala Harris becoming the new nominee for the Democrats. I think that, to be honest, it's a savvy move from the left. Yeah, I truly do. Currently, as we see that Joe Biden, he is slowly deteriorating to dust. He looks like he doesn't even look like his old self. He looks like a body double, okay? First of all. But Kamala Harris is sweeping in. She seems like the girl who would want it the most to be the first black president woman of this country. I think that would be such a remarkable thing for the left to love to see. And I don't know if the country is ready for that, but the way that everything is trickling down from, we've seen Trump almost get powed. We've seen the RNC already. They had plenty of times to really calculate their moves and see what does Trump has under his under his sleeve. And I do think that Trump was bothered and bewildered. And after the attempted, papow that happened to him, I truly think that he has lost a lot of momentum. I do. And Kamala Harris is coming through, and she is like this unicorn that everyone is looking at with a lot of spunk, a lot of fire, a lot of different, youthfulness to her projects.
And then their campaign says, I'm the prosecutor, and he is the convicted felon.
I'm Kamala Harris, and I approve this message.
Like, I seen a TikTok of her, using Gen Z, like trendy things that's happening right now to garner the woman vote, the gay vote, and the Gen Z vote, which that is basically a plethora of different voters.
Well, what we really need is a feminine nominee. A what? A feminine nominee.
And looking at the momentum that she has, I think that Kamala Harris is a threat. I do. Like, you may not think that she's a threat because, she's laughable Kamala Harris. That's what I call her. I call her laughable Kamala Harris. For months, she has been on the forefront of FYPs on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, constantly being pushed down our throats. Where it's about the school bus situation, where she's like, the wheels on the bus go round and round, bitch.
Look at my bus! Oh my God, I love it! Oh wow! Wheels on the bus go round and round.
Bitch, I'm telling you, like, she's very memeable. She's very, Gen Z loves her. Women love her. Blacks love her. Even though she hasn't done a damn thing. They love her. And to be honest, I'm not going to sit here and lie to you guys. Like, Kamala Harris, bitch, she's funny. And to be honest, she is very likable. Because I even like her as a person. Like, her being funny, comedic, I think she's hilarious. But do I want Kamala Harris to be my fucking president? No, bitch. No, I do not. Like, why would I want someone who is for the Green New Deal, who doesn't have any true policies on, how to bring the inflation down? She believes in climate change. I don't believe that she'll be hard on crime. She's always been letting criminals out and stuff like that. There's many reports of her letting criminals out during BLM and stuff like that. I just do not trust her to lead this country and to actually progress it. Now, do I see that she is, playing the tricks, using the trendy TikToks, using, people that are endorsing her, like Barack Obama and Michelle Obama just endorsed her, even though the media was saying that they was not endorsing her like everyone else was.
Together. Oh, it's good to hear you both.
I can't have this phone call without saying to my girl Kamala, I am proud of you. This is going to be historic.
We called to say Michelle and I couldn't be prouder to endorse you and to do everything we can to get you through this election and into the Oval Office.
Even though the media was saying that they was not endorsing her like everyone else was, like Charlie XCX. Everyone knows that it's a Brad Summer. Everyone knows that Charlie XCX is the girl of the summer, the music of the summer, that Gen Z love and so many young people love. So when you see Kamala Harris out here using these songs like I feel the apples rotten right to the core and all this kind of different things like that, and using the Twitter banner Kamala HQ as the brat look and theme, it makes you feel like as a Gen Z person you feel seen. I think that Trump, he hasn't been on TikTok that much really. He hasn't really posted much on Twitter, on X. He's available to be on Instagram, but he doesn't use those platforms. He only uses True Social. And so many, people are like, okay, what is his proposals? Because all the proposals that they're getting is from the media, which are not that great. And the only great thing that they have written about Trump was comparing him to Obama and saying that he's calling for unity and peace amongst people in the nation. It's You can't create unity and peace with motherfuckers who want to literally murder you. Like Trump, you literally got put-powed by people who do not want you to be in office. And there are leftists saying that they wish that you were gone. And you're just over here on the RNC doing diversity, equity, inclusion. And, you know, saying we need unity in our nation. And the New York Times is comparing you to Obama. No, you need to enforce Project 2025. You need to be more radical. You need to actually put America first. You are losing your base. Not only that you're losing your base, you are also getting beat by Kamala Harris. I'm so serious. Like, the bitch is literally on his fucking feet. Look at the fucking polls. I truly feel like she's a threat. I do not like, with all the money that has been pushed like for her, the assets she's taken from Joe Biden as well, including the celebrity endorsements. Everyone knows that Beyonce, Taylor Swift, all these different people are very, very influential people. And I feel like that, like, Trump bringing out Amber Rose and like Whoa Vicky, Kodak Black, they're influential, but they're not as big as Beyonce. They're not as big as Taylor Swift. He has no one in his corner that is like pushing, like, you know, very young and youthful, like, you know, strategies to get people to actually want to see who he truly is. Because I think that the media has painted him in such a damning way, in a monstrous way, that, you know, people are really running to Kamala Harris, and it's actually kind of scary. It really is. You guys can be very naive and stuff like that, but all the choices that Trump has been making lately, first of all, he started with RNC. RNC was shit. The speech was shit. The way that he picked J.D. Vance, when J.D. Vance is literally the least liked VP that we have ever had in history, okay? And you want to sit here and think that J.D. Vance is the guy. J.D. Vance is a neocon. He used to work with it. He used to work with the bitch. That motherfucker's a fed for the deep state, bitch. Bitch, do you not see the people that's behind his corner? The mentor that he has is Peter fucking Thiel, that is working within the CIA, the Israeli intelligence. Like, it goes on and on and on. I mean, here's a clip of Nick Fuentes talking about it.
David Sachs worked with Peter Thiel on Founders Fund, Palantir. Thiel is part of the PayPal mafia. He's German, but South African roots, just like Elon Musk, who's from South Africa. Palantir is a contractor for the CIA, NSA, Pentagon, winning $100 million contracts, $500 million, $800 million contracts with CIA, NSA, Pentagon.
J.D. Vance is the protege of Peter Thiel. So Peter Thiel founds Palantir. Peter Thiel founds Founders Fund and a whole suite of tech companies that are connected to the national security apparatus. Peter Thiel is a billionaire. He was the single biggest individual donor in the 2022 midterms. He gave $30 million. Peter Thiel put up $10 million for J.D. Vance's super PAC. Okay? That made J.D. Vance a contender for the Republican primary in the Ohio Senate race. Donald Trump's endorsement elevated J.D. Vance and made him a senator.
Now J.D. Vance, protege of Peter Thiel, is tight with David Sachs, business partner of Peter Thiel.
Do you see that? Like, there is so many things about J.D. Vance that is so unlikable, and you bitches are so blind because of, like, how, like, oh my god, he looks like a great pick because he looks like he's a part of Trump's family. Like, that doesn't mean shit. We need to look at, like, what is his qualifications. He doesn't have any great qualifications. He's not a businessman. He only been in the Senate for what, like 1 year or two? Like, what? The man's values is all fucked up. He's a Catholic. His fucking wife is a fucking Hindu or whatever the fuck. You seen how they was praying, like, when at the RNC, when they was praying and a Christian prayer, her eyes was open like this. Ivanka's eyes was open like this. Jared Kushner's eyes open like this. You don't even share the same values as your wife. Like, how are you gonna like perpetuate that you're good on immigration? It doesn't make sense. It doesn't. So I think that in Trump being so pro-Israel, they're trying to convince the public that Iran is out to get Trump when, like, why would they get Trump when he's not even a sitting president? Don't you think they'll go, if they want to actually come and, like, invade America, don't you think they'll go for Joe Biden when he's at his weakest fucking state? It just doesn't make sense to me. I truly think that all the pandering to Israel, and Kamala Harris is over here playing it really, really smart. She has a Jewish husband. She is surrounded by Jews. She is, like, literally a Zionist, period. Like, there's no way she's not a Zionist. She may come out here and be like, oh my God, the deaths of the young people in Gaza is terrible. She made a wonderful speech the other day. You can listen right here.
And as I just told Prime Minister Netanyahu, it is time to get this deal done. So to everyone who has been calling for a ceasefire, and to everyone who yearns for peace, I see you and I hear you. What has happened in Gaza over the past 9 months is devastating. The images of dead children and desperate, hungry people fleeing for safety, sometimes displaced for the second, third, or fourth time. We cannot look away in the face of these tragedies. We cannot allow ourselves to become numb to the suffering, and I will not be silent.
And I thought that it was great, but, like, and just because she, like, you know, didn't go to the Bibi Netanyahu speech and stuff like that, I truly don't think that she is truly, like, you know, I'm anti-Israel, like, I won't give aid to... No, I don't. I truly, I believe it's a hoax. I do. I believe it's a hoax. Her husband's Jewish. Period. Like, he's Jewish nonstop. Like, stop at that. She's considering Josh Shapiro as well. He's a person who stands with Israel 1,000%. I'm not saying that just because you're a Jew that you support everything that Israel does. You, like, a lot of Jews out here do not, you know, stand for what Israel does, but they don't share the beliefs as a Christian, as like a America as a whole, which is a Christian nation. A lot of people don't want to say that, but it's true. Most people in this country are Christians. Okay. I'm a Christian. I believe Jesus is the Messiah. I believe he is our Savior. And, you know, you can't have people in office that do not share at least those same beliefs. Or, you know, because that's what this country is basically built off from. Literally. They say it's not, but it is. Like, most people are Christian. And when you are having people that are, like, you know, dedicated to a foreign nation, compared to, like, the rest of this country, which is America first, which is why Trump is losing a lot of people in his base. You even have Nick Fuentes saying that he doesn't want to vote for Trump. That's insane.
So, I think the RNC just sealed the deal for me. Unless something radical changes, I'm not going to vote. Sorry. And you want to know something? The RNC, nobody watches this other than Republicans, for the most part. This doesn't get the viewership that a general election debate gets. You know, typically the convention will give a candidate a temporary boost, but this will not be seen by 30 million people or anything. The convention is for the base. The convention is for the party. And me being a very conservative voter, me being an immigration restrictionist, being in favor of economic liberalization on some level, me opposing foreign wars and foreign aid, it didn't win my vote. Nothing that was said this week won my vote.
That's actually insane. That says a lot. A lot of people are saying they're not voting for Trump because of the way that he is perpetuating that Iran really is out to get him. And then you have Kamala Harris over here playing it smart and saying, like, oh, the meeting with Netanyahu didn't go great. Trump's having a meeting with Netanyahu. He's saying it's a disgrace what Kamala Harris is doing, and saying that she's anti-Semitic. She has a Jewish husband. She can't be anti-Semitic. Saying that, like, a ceasefire in Gaza and stopping the wars is bad for her look. And saying that Netanyahu and Trump has always had a great relationship. No, you have not. You literally walked away from him in a video and didn't even shake his hand because you don't like him. You didn't like these people at first when you came into office, Trump. You're showing your true colors because of the money that these donors are giving you, including Tucker Carlson, Elon Musk, all these different people that are obviously, they have a whole different agenda compared to the rest of the American people. It's true. We already found out that Elon Musk was selling people's data and sharing IDs with Israeli intelligence company that was behind X. So it's obvious that there is something going on that is not the Trump that we know of, that was like anti-donors. He was about being about no donors, especially from the Jewish lobby. He was not for that, and now he is. You know, while the left is over here playing it safe, and they're perpetuating that they want to ceasefire, they want to stop the wars and stuff like this, you have Trump over here saying he wants to have war with Iran, and his running mate, his VP is over here saying the same thing, when we all know it's false. And the only person that wants this war, that has been campaigning this war in many wars that we've been into, has been Netanyahu.
I'd like to see a regime change, at least I would, in Iran, just as I would like to see in Iraq. The question now is a practical question. What is the best place to proceed? It's not a question of whether Iraq's regime should be taken out, but when should it be taken out? It's not a question of whether you'd like to see a regime change in Iran, but how to achieve it.
That's it. He comes here, he lies into everyone's faces, and they gobble it up because they have donor money to secure. It's insane. Like, and everyone thinks that Trump is like on our side, but I truly think that, like, you know, with him, you know, wanting to appeal to Jamal and motherfucking Carlos, which is what Susie Wiles have said, so many people I'm seeing, conservatives, right-leaning people, are like, okay, you're saying that like illegal immigration affects blacks and Hispanics the most in this country. What about whites? Whites have been displaced by these by these illegal immigrants. But you're saying that blacks and Hispanics immigrants are the ones that's being the most affected? Why are you talking about everyone? Everyone is American. Whites too. Like whites is the majority of this population. Like, seeing how illegal immigration is happening right now, who knows? They may have been fucking overtaken by now. We don't know how many fucking people has been coming through that border, truly. And I don't think that it will stop. Look at J.D. Vance and the way he has his Hindu wife. You think he's gonna be strong on immigration illegals? He's over here saying like, oh, we need to tackle the violent illegals first. Like, what? No, you need to ship them all the fuck out of here and rebuild ISIS and make them stronger. Track them down, take them out. Woman, man, children. Literally. You're illegal. You shouldn't be here. You're benefiting off of America's, in a tax-paying Americans' money. And you, not only that you are destroying our economy, you're taking our American dollars and shipping it to God knows where. But you want to tell me that like they're going to be more hard on immigration? It may have a pause, a short, slight pause, but I don't believe it's going to ever stop. Numbers may be lower, but it's not going to stop. I don't. There's no true policies that's happening that where it's making me like, oh yeah, like you think that just drilling oil is going to make this economy like get better and make inflation go down? No, Trump is not. Kamala Harris is playing it really smart, and you know, despite her not having any type of true policies, haven't heard, and I listened to her videos, and it's only about attacking Trump. What can Trump attack Kamala on except that she was probably sleeping around to get to where she is today, or that she was like, you know, not harsh on the border? Do you think the leftists care about that? Or that they say that like now they want Trump to go after Kamala Harris for for being harsh, like when she was a judge and she was like, you know, like locking people up and stuff like that for like nonviolent crime, stuff like that. Like, so do you think that like we're going to go after her for being harsh on crime when she was a judge? I don't think that's a good look, because I'm pretty sure we do need people to be harsh on crime. I do. I truly do. Now, do I think she'll do that? No, I don't. But do you think that'd be smart to go after Kamala Harris for being harsh on crime for her and when she was a judge? Like, I don't think that's a smart move to do. I don't. I do not think that's a smart move. There's nothing, to be honest, I feel like there's nothing y'all can do but make fun of her for being memeable and likable. Like, all I hear is y'all talking about how she is not black. They don't care. Y'all talking about who she slept with. No one cares. People are just going to vote for her because she's a quote-unquote black and a woman, literally. And that they want to secure their abortions. Even though they know that Trump is not anti-abortion. He is not actually being right-wing. He's being more liberal than Kamala at this point. I kid you not. Like, bitch. I just like, it's shocking. It truly is shocking. It's hard to watch. It's hard to watch the self-sabotage of Donald Trump. He has so much momentum when he got propelled. And now I think that he's losing his momentum. Picking the worst VP we've ever seen. Continuing to be a cuck for Israel. When he ran on, back in 2016, he ran on like he did not want anyone. He didn't want the donors' money. He was speaking to the majority of Americans here, which were white people, okay, to win their votes. He was speaking against the people who weren't being seen in this country. He was about making this a country, America first. No wars, no new wars either. But now he's over here talking about new wars. How we need to go to war with Iran. It's muddy territory right now, you guys. And I think that everyone needs to wake up and smell the coffee and see that like Trump is not who he once was before. And you know, for this whole past year, I have been back and forth with myself, like, wow, like, do I want to vote for Trump? Do I not want to vote for Trump? Do I just not vote at all? Like, what do I want to do? I'm in a very decisive place right now because I don't know who he's serving. I truly don't. I don't know who he's serving. And I'm at a loss for words of what's happening. He really has so much momentum. We thought that he had this in the bag. And he's not being proactive about who was coming to you know, take him out of here. He hasn't been as strong on the CIA, the Secret Service. He's surrounding himself with people who are not loyal who were never loyal to him, or not loyal to, you know, this country. I truly think that Kamala could be a Harris, and I mean, Kamala Harris could be like a threat. I do. You guys may say no and you disagree, but like, I don't care. I do not care, because I truly think that she could be definitely a threat. I do. And right now, it just seems like that Joe Biden is just like out of it. It's like he hasn't really given us any real message about, you know, him being replaced. It's like he doesn't have a say. And Kamala is just out here making these like high production like videos, being trendy, getting Gen Z's attention. Everyone forgets that like we thought that we was gonna have a red wave, you know, a couple years ago. And because we seen that like more people were becoming more right-leaning, but did you not see like how Gen Z turned out the party? Women turned out the party. The red wave was not a red wave. And we literally lost. If you think for one moment that there's no possibility that Kamala Harris could win and beat Trump, and seeing how Trump is being right now, if you look at the base, people are saying they are not voting for Trump because he is not being as radical as he was before. The media is not scared of him. They're praising him. And literally praising him to the point that they're comparing him to Obama. The RNC speech was trash, bitch. Trash. That's not good. Well, all of a sudden the media is liking him and then destroying Joe Biden. Tom's is making fun of Joe Biden. It just doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't. Kamala Harris is a fucking threat, and y'all need to wake up. Trump needs to go back to the drawing board because he can't blame all of the problems that we have been facing for these past couple of years with Joe Biden on Kamala Harris. She wasn't in charge. He can't talk about how sleepy she is, or like, you know, what the deals that she's made as president or anything like that. Like if she's in the money laundering scheme with Ukraine or anything. Like, what can he actually get her for except for coming for her gender, the fact that she is not black, or the people that she slept with in the past? I'm serious. Like, I truly feel like that it's insane. $81 million within 24 hours. I don't think that's even close to Trump at all. But looking at the endorsements and the ones that's coming out, like, I don't know, you guys. I mean, Hillary did lose with a lot, like, even despite all of her endorsements. And I don't know if America's ready for a woman, but like looking at how everything's going in the polls, I really don't know. I really don't know. People want something fresh. We've been talking about this for a while. People want something fresh. Everyone else that's within the base, the Republican base, right-leaning base, or independent base, whatever the fuck, they're stuck in 2016. And I've been saying this for a while, like, it's a whole different ball game. It's a whole different, you know, it's more corrupt. It's more seedy. It's a lot of cheating that's happening within the states. There's like Kamala, her team, they had one leg up on Trump. I truly feel like that. They had so many months to announce that she was, you know, the next president, and Joe Biden was gonna step aside. No, they waited election year, a couple months from the election. They've watched Trump make his horrible speech at RNC. They've watched every move that he's made, picking the VP, who's around him, let him sabotage his campaign, basically trying to pander to Jamal and Carlos out there, saying that they're not, basically saying that they're not going to be as harsh on illegal immigration as they're saying that he wants to give green cards to immigrants, illegal immigrants that passes college. Like, so stupid. Lowering down our wages, giving these people green cards, but they're only going to pay them less, and lower down their wages within these, like, you know, smart tech companies and stuff like that. There's a lot of things and proposals that Trump has made that is not really reflecting most of America's values, you know. And you guys may not see it, but I see it on Twitter. Like, even women are not wanting to vote for him still. It's probably a lack of education, but like, even I'm mostly educated on everything that I've been noticing, and like, I'm over here contemplating, like, should I even vote? I don't want to go to war. I don't want to be a soldier. For what? For Israel? No. Why would I want to do that? Why would I want to support someone who is intentionally sabotaging his own campaign, surrounding himself with neocons, people who are not America first, and not noticing that Netanyahu literally basically threatened America and Trump at the speech by saying, like, if America doesn't go to war soon with Iran, he thinks that Trump will be saying that boldly like that. It sounds like a threat. You know, I don't trust him. I don't. We still don't know we still don't know the background of Thomas Crooks. You see how the media has, like, memory hold that? I was watching Candace Owens the other day, and I was like, wow, like, it's so funny how everything has moved so fast, but no one's asked any questions about Thomas Crooks, the CIA, the Secret Service. Kimberly Cheadle has been resigned. No one has came back and, like, talked to Alejandro Mayorkas and how this happened. It's like the media just moved on past real fast. It's how convenient. I don't know, you guys. Those are my thoughts about all of this. I truly think that Kamala Harris's plan is very smart, and she is really garnering a lot of different people on her side to vote for her. I'm still at a moment. I'm anti-war. I'm anti-foreign aid, anti-foreign governments trying to dictate what we can and cannot say. Seeing a foreign leader, Netanyahu, threaten about how America is going to come for people who are protesting against Israel and perpetuating that we need to go to another war. It's very scary, and these people are doing it. Half the people in Congress during his speech weren't even there. A lot of those people were interns and paid actors, basically. AOC literally said that, and then you have Elon Musk saying the Democrat Party has been so anti-Semitic. It's getting nasty out there, you guys. It is. It's getting real nasty. For someone who is not Christian at all, Elon Musk is not Christian. He literally wore a Baphomet Antichrist suit and had that on his Twitter profile for the longest. And you think of someone with all of this smart and into technology, where he wants to put Neuralinks in people's bodies, transhumanism, he wants to do that to people. You think that he has our best interests at hand? No. I know. I truly don't know, you guys. It's so sad what's happening right now. It really is. And no one would smell the coffee, look at what's happening. Everyone's so blinded. This is why I talk about both sides. I'm just me. I may lean more Republican, and I'm registered as that, but I'm still gonna call out the mess that I see, and I hope you guys do the same, because we need to teach these people with our votes, because that's all we have left as power to do with our votes, that we're not voting for this. We're not voting for more wars. We're not killing our men and women for a foreign motherfucker that doesn't share the same values as most of us in this country. The only thing people could say is they have gay people in Israel. It's the gayest Middle Eastern country in the world. You should love Israel because I love the gays so much. No, I don't. Because I ain't gonna do nothing but come on here and tell you the truth. And also, you guys should go follow my Rumble as well, because my last video of me talking about the Trump pal, I literally got my whole entire video got taken down. So please make sure to go follow my Rumble, because it'll be so sad that you don't be able to watch these videos and get the information that you need, because they don't want me to talk, they don't want me to speak, and I'm just a small cookie compared to everyone else on her, So, but anyways, yeah, Kamala Harris is a threat. Influence is power. It truly is. Influence is power. Trump has a lot of influence, but is it enough? With all the decisions he's making lately, influence can also drift away really, really fast. So he needs to stop impressing Jamal and Hakeem and Carlos out there, and impress the people that are actually being looked over, disrespected, and chewed up and spit out by our society, by minorities. Because that's what's happening. And I'm talking about white people. White people are being chewed up and spit out into this country. And they are one of the most affected people in this country as well. So, that's my thoughts on all this. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you guys got some perspective. And I love you so much. And I'll see you next video. Bye-bye.